as probate judge, we don't have any zoning. As chairman of the county commission, we don't have any zoning. This was between the company and the county, and the landowner. As far as them doing business, there's a lot of folks that do business with other companies. Some of you may have chicken houses. You do company with cable. We do not. We don't monitor that. Wait a second. I'm going to ask Mr. Gibbs. Go ahead, Mr. Gibbs.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard this gentleman say that the revenue would be possibly $500,000 a year to the county. Girl Dial told me that it would be $200,000 in that oil tax. Do y'all know what the true revenue is for Cleburne County on some kind of scale or basis, or in full operation or partial operation? Or?
Well, it's my understanding, Mr. Gibbs, that we don't know exactly how many towers, how many wind turbines that they may put up. But if they put up 30 the way that I figured it, because I don't know, you may give or take a few, but the way I figured it, it's going to be around 220,000. But now, Mr. Size and them and their company is saying something different. That they have a different figure, that may be something that I'm unaware of. But that's my understanding. Well, basically, your house is assessed on 10%. If you have a $100,000 house, it's appraised at $100,000, and the way it's assessed with 37 meals, you pay $370 for every $100,000 your house is worth. So, it's assessed at 10%. If it's at 20%, like a commercial, you would double the $370. Utilities are at 30%, so it would triple. And so in looking at what we understand each tower would cost, that's my figures. And what would each tower...
Each tower, and there's 3 different companies that we would talk to, GE, Siemens, and Vestas. They're the largest wind turbine producers in the world. Also, the most credible banks will finance if you're building those towers. There's different size generators which cost different costs. For example, a 1.5 megawatt machine is different from the cost of a 3.0 megawatt machine. Obviously, the number can double. And right now, like I said earlier, we're still researching this project where that decision hasn't been made of what size wind turbine they actually generate. Now the height, yes, we have a good feel of what the height's going to be. But the size of the generator, we haven't made that decision yet.
Why did you give us a figure then?
Because it's a range of what it's possibly going to be.
Right, well, tell us the range.
I said that earlier.
No, you didn't. You said 500,000.
No, but I said a range of towers of 30 to 40 towers potentially.
No, so, I mean from a 1.5 to a 3, what does the 1.5 bring in? What does the 3 bring in?
Here's what the fish. So depending on 30 or 40, now where is that figure also going to be based on? That's going to be based on what the utility wants to buy. Now what we're basing that on is 90 megawatts of wind power. 3 times 30 is 90. Right? But they may not want to buy 90 megawatts of power. They may want to buy less than that. So right now, any figure I give you, it could change. And part of that is...
I have a question, please. You were quoting Mr. Diaz about Alabama Power. He was quoting some numbers from Alabama Power. Do we have a representative here from Alabama Power that can support his facts? We're listening to a one-sided issue, not our issue that he's bringing up about power, that basically a lot of us in here don't really understand where he's coming from. But I feel like this is irrelevant to what we need to be told because we don't have anybody here to support his facts that he's sending out from Alabama Power. Is there Alabama Power employee here that can tell us that?
I don't know if there is.
Shouldn't we be here?
Jamie, I think everybody keeps forgetting this. Just like when a company comes in and comes into Cleburne County, we don't know all the facts or everything in or out. And this is a private business going on with private landowners. We don't have any zoning. That's why the commission may not know everything about it. Okay? I want you to understand that.
And bring risk up.
Well,
what's attached to this and what's straight.
I couldn't tell you about chicken farming. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about chicken farming. I don't know about lobby. Okay? I don't know. I think you put in floors. I don't know the ins and outs of how you figure all that. So, but this is just business that's coming in, and you can't blame the commission for a business coming in looking at the county. Yes, ma'am.
I think that we can certainly put the monkey back on your back if decisions that you're going to make will affect quality of life that everybody, many of the people in this room have enjoyed all their lives. And, my question, you're saying you're bringing revenue to the county. If you're saying $250,000, that's not a drop in the bucket to taking the beauty away from, they're not making any more turkey ovens now. They're not making any more treatment valves. And you're taking that away for such a parson's sum. You can't put a price on what you've been giving up.
Well, I don't know which situation, and this is most of here. But I got to stand up and be a man and say that I am for looking for opportunities for the county. Now, I gave Roger a hand, and I know that he worked hard to get water from the county. Roger knows that I went to Washington, D.C. to try our best to get cheap loans so that we could get water to the county. So I am guilty of trying my best to bring in something to the county. Now, I don't have all the answers, and the commission, again, does not have the zoning rights. And when the scare come up that we thought we was going to lose this opportunity, I went to Senator Dial and asked him. He said that Cleburne County could use it. And the wind companies and the folks, they felt that we were going to lose this opportunity. And it's my understanding now that the company that was coming to Cherokee County is elected not to come now because of the restrictions are so tough that they're not going to come. But I didn't want that taken away from Cleburne County. I wanted us at least to have that opportunity. So I hope you understand where I'm at. I'm going to stand up and be a man and say that I am guilty of trying to do something. Okay? Mr. Hammond.
Folks have gas boat regulations they have to abide by. And I just can't imagine why you and the commissioners would even think of having something this controversial and unknown coming to this county with no regulation, except for federal government.
I'm guilty. That's all I can say. I am guilty. But yes, sir.
I can't imagine that you went down there and told us, our senator and representative, that you were down there and wanted Cleburne County exempt from the regulations because the people of Cleburne County wanted that.
That was my question. Were the people of Cleburne County notified that we were going to be exempted from this before you went to have us exempted?
When I went down, I didn't know anything about exemption.
So basically you went on not knowing what was going to happen.
Let me answer the question.
Okay.
When I went down, I said this a while ago. I didn't know what we could do. I was afraid that it was going to cost us our opportunity. And everybody said that the original bill was so tough that it was going to keep the wind companies from coming into Alabama. Honestly, I didn't lose my opportunity for our county. And so, Senator Dial explained to us what could happen. I came back to a commission meeting. The commission meeting, they voted unanimously when it went to the House. Because the restrictions were so tough that they couldn't, they wouldn't be successful in Senate Bill 12. And I'm trying to explain here. So it got locked down in the House, and there was so much controversy in the House that it never passed the House. It was a state decision. They never could get it past the House.
So, back to my question is, okay, there's these restrictions and it's cumbersome and whatever for the energy companies, but people have written these restrictions for a reason. Okay, and from what I'm gathering, just being here, now I'm not very vocal, I hardly ever vote, whatever, but from what I'm gathering, just being here, almost nobody knew that particular law and where there's restrictions for it. My question is, did the citizens of the county have the opportunity to say, we want to be exempted or we don't want to be exempted? That's my question.
Well, let him answer.
So my question goes unanswered. Thank you.
Yeah, answer.
Follow up on that, I'm trying to have trouble. You know, I've seen some of the regulations from different municipalities and states, and Oklahoma just drafted this last month regulations on a 3-year moratorium. And you know, so apparently there must be something commonly in the regulations that cause wind farms to move areas. But I guess my question is, if, from what I understand, the supporters of regulations include Alabama Power and TVA. Well, if Alabama Power and TVA support regulations, why is the company trying to develop or sell Alabama Power and TVA when they want regulations?
Well, I'm unaware that Alabama Power was against regulation.
Alabama Power?
Alabama Power, they said, to my knowledge, didn't support that. As well.
My understanding was in the House, there were so many amendments to the bill. There were so many amendments to the bill when it got to the House. And then there was the lady from Rainbow City, the representative, who wanted to put a whole big stop on everything for a year. That's why it didn't go any further.
But specifically, do you know whether this company opposed the regulation bill that was before the Senate?
Robin, would y'all?
The setback that was in that bill was 2,500 feet from the property line. So a square mile, full section of land, 640 acres, 5,280 feet. With that regulation, you could build one wind turbine in a square mile. So it's not reasonable. The economics on that won't work for anything. It won't work for anything. That makes the project not economical. You'll never, excuse me?
Do you have a
Wait,
I tried to put some on my house.
Can I get Representative Lindsay's take on that from Thursday?
Let me ask you, Tracy, you had a question, Tracy?
Yeah, and this is with all due respect, I'm just kind of curious because a lot of questions seem to be coming on why we were in such a hurry to go down and get Cleburne exempted from the bill. As ex-PCO chairman, you could have called a special meeting and informed all the ministers and got them on board. And with it being industry, you could actually have done that in executive session. Why would you not have called the commission and say, look, guys, we're going to miss out on this. I can see down there, order y'all wishes, because the commission runs the county. 3 votes runs the county, no ifs, no ands. So why wouldn't you do that so that you wouldn't have all these questions?
And Tracy, you know when things happen, you've been in the government, you get phone calls and that. I went down to ask to see. I went down to see what was going on myself. And like I said, I don't throw Senator Dial on the bus. I didn't know that you could even exempt the county from a state like that.
Ron, he's thrown us under the bus.
I understand that, but my point was, this was his recommendation, and even Richard said that that could be done, and I was unaware of it. Now, but I was looking again. I didn't want us to lose this opportunity because at this time, y'all got to remember that not everybody in the world is mad at Ryan Roberts. That I thought was a good thing, and I've been talking about this for 4 years. I didn't try to hide anything.
Where's the newspaper, Ron? Where's the article telling the county what's happening and inviting people to the public meeting? We did a search. Wes, how many counties did you search on having public forums?
Yeah, it's common.
It's common.
It's a simple question. You've known since 2011, how many public meetings have you had with the public that you represent? And how many meetings have you had with the wind company?
I spoke about it on the radio. I spoke about it. I think it's been in the paper news before. I think.
No, I mean a face-to-face public meeting with the public. How many have you had? How many meetings have you had since 2011 with the wind company?
From the wind company?
We haven't done that, and there's a point in the development process you do that. When you do have those meetings.
Too late.
No, when you have a project, when you know, that's not true. when you know you have a project. And we still don't know that we have a project.
After you work with the Senate to exclude all of us?
Exactly. If we don't have a project, why is Brian running to who knows where to get all these rules and regulations? And my husband, as a commissioner, is finding out about it via email.
If that bill
When Mr. Kitchen was at the podium, he stated that the ad valorem tax revenue to the county would be $500,000. You mentioned that you did a little math of your own and you said it'd be $220,000. Senator Dial said it'd be $200,000. It seems to me it'd be real prudent of the commissioners if they kind of figured out what that was before they can make an intelligent decision on whether the cost-benefit ratio warrants all this upheaval in the county.
All right, I'd like to answer that. Because I believe in land rights. I can't help that. I believe you have the right to do business on your land. And I feel like Mr. Kitchen has the same right. Now, it doesn't matter about money or anything. When it comes down, if he has the opportunity to build a 3-story house, that's his business.
Let's compare apples to oranges. If I wanted to put a new chicken house on my property, I'd have to go with the 8M regulations, the NRCS regulations, what regulations out the wazoo to protect my neighbors from any runoff of chicken litter or too much ammonia. I mean, it is ridiculous, but you have to regulate now to put a new chicken house on your existing property.
I understand that.
All right? And it's not a matter of property rights, it's a matter of how does it impact your neighbors. And this project is going to impact the neighborhood. And it ought to have the same degree of regulation.
If